Hello everyone, it's Sharon here from Penguin Pilots. Thank you so much for stopping by. As you probably know, we've recently launched 4 new stencils for the 360 tool. We have the Hearts Bouquet, Rainbows and Butterflies, Spring Blooms, and a Kaleidoscope. You may have seen a short clip in which I took the Hearts Bouquet stencil to create a clean and simple card while inking up just a portion of the stencil design. I'll be sure to link that video here. But for today's video, I wanted to show you more of what you can do with the Hearts Bouquet stencil, but this time I'll be using the whole stencil pattern to create 2 cards using one large canvas. So here I have my 7.5 by 7.5 piece of cardstock ready to go, and I'm using my 8-inch guide ring for this 8-inch stencil. And this time I chose a turning interval of 30 degrees for my design. I'm using speckled ink on these irregular shaped hearts and tied up rows on the big outline heart. So with my left hand, I'm slightly pushing down my stencil so that it doesn't move, and I'm just blending fairly light-handed. You'll see that I'm making reference to the 30-degree interval scale. For this round of inking, I'm skipping all the outline circles and only inking the solid circles. So here I already have this beautiful design in front of me. Of course, I could have stopped here, but I knew I wanted to do more overlays to make it more interesting, so I continued on with my ink blending. So now I'm coming back and lining up the alignment marker to the outline circles, but this time I'm using blueprint sketch on these irregular shaped hearts. You know, at this point I wasn't sure whether I wanted to ink up the large outline heart because I didn't want to make the pattern look too busy, so I just isolated that at the time. And after this round of inking, I decided that I wanted more of the rosy color. So I decided to go back and ink up the big outline hearts, and once again making reference to the outline circles. And this is one thing that's great about this tool. Even if you accidentally skipped something, you could always go back a step and add it in the proper way. Or if you decide to leave something out intentionally, you'll still be able to go back and add it in afterwards. So here I'm using the small slimline die cut from this cinematic shadow box die to cut out 2 dotted border rectangles from this canvas. I then heat embossed 2 sentiments from the Heartfelt Notes stamp set onto these cards. I cut out 2 pieces of back panels using 2 colors from our newest collection of cardstock, Navy Blazer and Vintage Beetle. For my card bases, I used our Essentials Bright White cardstock, made a score line at 3 3/4 on a 7.5 by 6.5 piece of cardstock. And finally, I used a bit of foam tape to adhere everything together, and that basically completes my cards. I hope you enjoyed today's inspiration featuring the Hearts Bouquet stencil, and I encourage you to try out different things with this stencil. Don't forget to tag your projects using #PenguinPilotsProjects and share them onto social media. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.